This is a First Alert Weather Special Report.
Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Vanessa Murdock here in your First Alert Weather Center on this First Alert Weather Day. If you've been out and about, I'm sure you've been moving very slowly. Downpours and storms is what you can expect today. Those storms will be strong to severe. They could deliver damaging wind, hail. An isolated tornado cannot be ruled out, and they've already delivered plenty of localized flash flooding. Let's give you a live look outside just to give you a sense of what's happening in the city right now. Light rain, which is excellent news because it was torrential earlier, but around the region we still have many heavy batches of torrential rain. So let's go ahead and give you the full view of our First Alert radar picture and see just kind of where the heaviest action is at this moment in time. What we can see is a line of strong storms stretching from west to east, slowly sliding in the southeasterly direction. But the worst of the action now is essentially either over the open Atlantic or through the midsection of New Jersey. Plenty of flash floodings in play. Want to show you the first one, this along the LIE. Both Queens and Brooklyn under a flash flood warning until 3:30, so about another 30 minutes to go because of torrential rain that fell here earlier. Colleagues that were actually on the Cross Island said they could see the water in the cars as they drove through the floodwaters. The water was nearly reaching the windows of the automobile. So to give you a sense of just how deep some of these flooded roadways are this afternoon, and of course across the entirety of the midsection of Jersey, Mercer, Middlesex, Somerset counties, we see those flash flood warnings in effect. These until 6 p.m. because it is still raining here. And there are some spots that have picked up over 4 inches of rain this afternoon. And of course, you see plenty of lightning with these storms as well. But really the only storm reports we've received are a result of the flash flooding. So let's highlight a couple of those for you. All the circles you see on your screen are indicative of roadways that are being impacted by the floodwaters today. So first and foremost, 111 this afternoon, Fresh Meadows, Queens, 495 eastbound was closed due to flooding. More recently at Cheesequake, 221 this afternoon, Jersey DOT reported flooding on US 9 northbound at Jake Brown Road. All lanes closed there due to rising flash flood waters. Now, as we move through the afternoon, we could certainly see more flash flooding, but we also anticipate a better chance later today of strong to severe thunderstorms as action to our north and west really continues to crank and slide toward us in the southeasterly direction. So this activity you see to the west is what's heading for us this evening. As we check out your First Alert Futurecast model hour by hour, notice how around 4 o'clock there is a momentary lull in the action. That will give all the floodwaters plenty of time to recede before round 2 comes in later today. 7 o'clock tonight, we've got storms ahead of the line lifting in the northeasterly direction. Again, we'll be watching for the possibility of tornadic activity, damaging wind as well that could exceed 60 miles per hour. 9 o'clock, we see that storm rolling across the island. That next line is coming in and will continue to crank across the region until about midnight. After midnight, skies are drying. The excessive rainfall will be sinking in, and by tomorrow afternoon for the World Cup game, the forecast has dramatically improved. So if you're going to be outside for a neighborhood watch party or you're paying some exorbitant amount to go to MetLife, it is going, not New York, New Jersey Stadium for tomorrow's purposes. The forecast is much improved as far as rain is concerned, but also with regard to air quality. Are you sick of the smoke? Because it is going to get better. In fact, it has improved slightly this afternoon with the torrential rain. The current air quality index is at 167. That's considered unhealthy for all of us. We have an air quality alert in effect until midnight. But watch what happens as we check out the projection for this near surface smoke. We will watch as we go from red to blue later this evening, which is lovely. That means skies are really starting to clear on out as winds become more southwesterly. Overnight into tomorrow morning, now we see it as those winds switch, another burst of some smoke. So it could be a little smelly when you step outside tomorrow morning, but by afternoon, we see it thinning out even more so. And for the soccer game tomorrow afternoon and evening, while certainly overhead haze is a possibility, it should be so much better than it has been as of late. So good news in that department. Here's a look at that World Cup forecast for you as we make our way through your Sunday. Sunshine 77, could be a little bit of a milky sunshine. due to upper level smoke. 3 o'clock, 80 degrees with sunshine. 5 o'clock, it is 80 and looking fantastic again. So much better tomorrow. Today, we have a lot of nasty weather to endure before it's all said and done. As far as what severe watches are currently in effect, the yellow is a tornado watch in play for much of the Garden State. Pink is a severe thunderstorm watch, and that is something we may have to contend with moving forward. Flood watch is in effect for the Garden State as well as the city until 2 a.m. But of course, that doesn't mean you're excluded if you're not in the watch, because we know today's storms are just producing an incredible amount of rain. Precip chances, just another look, another way to visualize when the rain will be kind of really hitting hard on the city. As we make our way through the next few hours, we'll watch as a lull becomes more likely to see those storms rolling through. And then again, 8, 9 o'clock, the height of the action, and then it starts to dissipate toward midnight and then heading toward your Sunday morning looking so great. So your First Alert 7-day forecast is one of dramatic improvement into Sunday, but today it is still rough go out there as we deal with First Alert weather. We're talking about those strong, even severe storms, damaging wind, maybe an isolated tornado, more flooding. Tomorrow, beautiful. Your high is 83 degrees, ample sunshine, smoke, and AQI levels dramatically reduced. Monday, 82 with sunshine, then storms return Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll be right here again at 4 o'clock to bring you the latest on what's happening on our First Alert radar with any new watches or warnings that might be in effect. In the short term, please note that our airways are as impacted by these storms as our roadways are today. So if you're flying out tonight, make sure you check with your carrier. I'll see you soon, 4 o'clock, right here on CBS News New York for your latest on your First Alert forecast.
This has been a First Alert Weather Special Report.